I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about, did my ex really think about me during the holidays?
Oh, big question.
Well, first of all, we wanted to say we're glad to be back.
Yes, we were gone for a while.
We took a much needed break and it wasn't really planned, at least as far as putting out the video content.
Right.
But we needed a break because we were just exhausted.
Right.
So we're happy to be back. We've got a lot of great content coming for you this year. And we just want to say that we know the holidays were a really tough time for you.
Yep.
And we hope you're doing okay and that you've survived them, right?
Yes. Because you will survive.
It takes a lot of energy.
It does.
To go through that.
It does. And if you're sad, if you're grieving, it takes an enormous amount of energy. So if you're wondering why you're tired all the time, you're not crazy. That's why.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, one of the announcements that I made recently is that you can now find my videos on podcast. So if you just search the podcast platforms that are out there, just search my name and it should come up. Right now, I've got a bunch of videos up there, but if I see that you guys are downloading them and reviewing us and giving us positive reviews, I'll really put the energy into it too, because it's a lot of extra work. So there's a bunch of episodes up there right now for them to podcast, so they don't have to watch us on YouTube. They could see or listen to us on the go. The other thing is that the workbook set is now out, volume 6 through 10, the Elite series. Incredible set of workbooks. There are 20 exclusive videos, and if you get the complete set, you get 24 exclusive videos.
Hey.
So, awesome stuff there. But we wanted to talk about this because we know that so many of you struggled with doubting what was going on with your ex, especially if they didn't reach out.
Right. Over the holidays, right? Everybody's supposed to be happy at Christmas. We saw all the TV shows and the ads ad nauseum. And now everybody's supposed to be having a wonderful, rosy future now that we've entered 2019.
Yeah.
And you may not feel that way at all.
No. So we got a nice email today that we thought we'd share, and then we'll discuss it.
Okay.
They said, "Hi, Coach Craig. I'm so grateful for your advice and channel. I found you about a month ago. You have absolutely changed my life, and I'm so eager to do a coaching with both you and Margaret
All right.
in the near future. I really struggle every day. I didn't hear from my boyfriend over Christmas or New Year's. A lot of people didn't hear from their ex on Christmas or New Year's, both, and all that means is that they weren't ready to contact you yet in that moment in time. But we're going to talk about if they thought about you or not, okay? They said, now that I found your channel, I realize he has an avoidant attachment style and that I'm anxious. I did start your workbooks and I'm loving them. I'm committed to them all and my personal growth. I would be lying if I didn't admit that a huge part of my personal growth right now is to try and get my ex back. I know it's not ideal, but I'm just being honest with myself."
Wherever you can start.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I talk with my friends and family a lot, and one of the things they keep saying and putting in my head is that my ex doesn't think about me. They say he's been going out and just tell me to get over it. That he would have reached out if that's true. I try to tune them out, but it's overwhelming. Do you think our exes really think about us over the holidays? Well, Margaret, I'll let you start with that.
All right. I think that your ex thinks about you over the holidays. How could they not? They've had an intimate relationship with you for however long, and it's easy to think that they're not going to think about you again, but think again. You're not that unforgettable.
No.
And they didn't break up with you because they thought you were forgettable. There are many, many reasons why people break up. But it would be normal to think on Christmas, when you're surrounded by your loved ones, maybe you were together last year, they would have to think about you. And when you think about the future at New Year's, they had probably talked with you about a future of some sort with you. So there's no way they can go through all that and not think about you.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yes.
But I wanted to chime in. Yeah, absolutely. They did think about you. And I know that when I've gone through my breakups, it totally felt like they weren't thinking about me.
Absolutely.
And it always, I think, feels like they're not thinking
You
about
always feel
you.
like they're having a great time somewhere, and here I am miserable.
Yes, it's so true. But I'm telling you guys time and time again, I have exes that will come back and I'll do a coaching with you guys, and they'll say, my ex told me they thought about me every day. And I didn't think they even thought about me.
Right. Why would you think that?
Yeah.
They did for however long you were together.
Absolutely.
Sure.
But, you know, one of the other fears that I get a lot is that, well, my ex was avoidant. They're not going to think about me.
Yes, they are. Because even the avoidant people are wired to want connection. It's just harder for them.
That's right. Even the avoidance will think about you.
Yes.
Now, maybe it's not as intense or as frequent as it is for you, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen for them too. It doesn't mean that they're not thinking about things, looking at things, reviewing things, and missing you too. You know, maybe they just felt like they couldn't reach out, and it would have led to a whole nother set of events that they weren't prepared for. But did they think about you? Absolutely.
Yes, they did.
Now, Margaret, one of the things that I thought we could talk a little bit about is why someone would feel like their ex wouldn't miss them. You know, when they've been attached to you.
Yes. And I hear that frequently also. How could anyone forget anyone as special as you? So the first thing that comes to mind is, how's your self-concept today? Okay? Particularly if you're broken up with, what do most of us human beings do? We promptly say, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
Or what's wrong with me?
Oh, yes.
That, you know, he thinks he can find better fields elsewhere, greener fields and pastures and things. Why not me? What did I not do? What does she have that I don't have?
Yeah.
What does he have that I don't have? And that's probably not the case at all. So if this person had strong feelings about you for X number of time, however long you were together, they're not going to instantly forget you.
No.
But, you know, maybe you got messages as a kid that you could be ignored and you wouldn't protest, or that nobody even noticed that you were there.
Yeah.
If you had those kinds of experiences, why wouldn't you think that an ex could just block you out?
Yeah.
Okay? But please, there's no one so insignificant that a love relationship that went on for at least a period of time can forget about you.
No.
No.
They just can't.
No, they can't.
They loved you. They were attached to you. Now, that doesn't
absolutely.
mean that they necessarily are thinking, I want to get back with you.
No.
But did they think about you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And at this time of year, people revisit decisions. You know, maybe I would have had better holidays if I hadn't made this decision to break up with whoever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. They're reflecting on things.
Sure.
And they may not show it to you. And, you know, I think we're going to talk about that in another video. But, yeah, they've thought about you. They're wondering about you.
Yeah.
They're thinking about you. And if you are in a place where you truly believe that they don't, you know, there's a good chance that in your early childhood you felt like you were forgettable with your caregivers.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Right.
And we're going to talk about that in the near future too. But, yeah, know in your heart they are thinking about you. They were thinking about you. Even if they aren't telling you, and even if they're denying it,
Right.
they're still thinking about you.
Right. And undoubtedly, they used to say nice, supportive things to you. They meant them. The fact that they broke up with you doesn't mean that they didn't mean what they said.
That's right. That's another big one right there. Feel good knowing they're thinking about you too. They thought about you over the holidays too. The situation isn't just something where they've decided, they made their decision, they're done, they've moved on, and they don't reflect on it. People just aren't wired that way.
Right.
They're just not.
No, we're not wired like that. That's true.
Yeah.
We're wired to want connection, to get connection, and we can't turn it off in 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
Yep, feel free to contact me.
So just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.